It's gonna be a good one.
Yo, last
every
time
revolution or every political movement or any kind of change, and having someone, okay, CIA, which is fucking for you to call me CIA when you know I'm not.
Everything was politicized. It was, oh, this is when we became the left versus the right. But both sides are trash. In COVID,
his own thing. So it seems to be that money's the issue, that like we're using money and that's how politics is being pushed. Because now we've seen what someone does when they use their own money and it doesn't seem to be a solution. So I feel like we take money out of politics, we'll have a much better political system.
Politician, you think they're gonna come out and tell me the truth? They was lying to my mama. They ain't gonna never tell us.
So everybody, we look at certain things just because, oh, this happens in the hood or we see this every day. All the way up. These people were speaking truth. King, we could talk X, we could talk it all. They were speaking truth.
What's going on in anyone's mind, but let's take it as a given that Gray's argument is true, that the argument to not have ID is that it would be discriminatory versus certain socioeconomic brackets or something. It's like
the world's greatest trial run of what people will do and what people won't do. And we are the only country on the planet that really fought against the government. A lot of it,
because you focus on 80-20 issues. I'm looking at the Epstein issue as we have 80% of the information we need to prosecute these people that actually did anything, but you're focusing on the 20% trying to take down Donald Trump, which you're never going to get. So I'm going to keep sitting here with a smug-ass face on every single day.
I'll explain. Good question. I'll give you the answer. The Republican Party constantly talks about transgenders and transgender surgery to minors.
I'm mostly on the left ideologically, but I don't associate with the Democrats because they're not ideologically on the left. The Democrats are clowns, and they're also losers.
About to be any engaging conversation. It's not about to be any discourse about different political ideologies, what works and what doesn't. If that is the outcome, right? For example, I'm not gonna go and just put myself in the middle of a KKK rally.
Verify me, I'm not a fucking fed. They always do this. I'll say this, right? But they did the same thing to Nick. We've seen the video. They'll call people who are genuine and authentic feds because
the interesting thing to me is that the ones that claim that they believe the Constitution are now trampling the Constitution. The ones that said they believed in the First Amendment, the freedom of speech, right, are now going against the freedom of speech.
leadership perspective.
Y'all have no plan. They'll never talk about nothing positive about the Democrat Party. Everything is just anti-Trump. They're not willing to have a conversation. They call us fascists. We willing to have a conversation. Charlie Kirk's willing to have a conversation.
A well-educated black.
Puerto Rico.
These are animals.
Look at my African-American over here.
When he talks that way, the way he did on this tape, it confirmed that he is truly a racist.
A well-educated black has a tremendous advantage over a well-educated white. A black may think that they don't really have the advantage. If I was starting off today, I would love to be a well-educated black.
They don't look like Indians to me, and they don't look like Indians to Indians.
It would be 9 blacks against 9 whites, all highly educated, very smart, strong, beautiful people, right?
Pocahontas? Is it offensive? Oh, really? I'm sorry about that. Pocahontas? I think she's as Native American as I am, okay?
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. I want surveillance of certain mosques.
Negotiating with China. They say, we want deal.
I'm asking for the vote of every single African American citizen in this country. What do you have to lose? You're living in poverty. Your schools are no good. You have no jobs. 58% of your youth is unemployed. What the hell do you have to lose?
Oh, look at my African American over here. Look at him.
We are from India. All of my friends in Little Havana. We are also praying for the people of Puerto Rico. We love Puerto Rico. And we also love Puerto Rico. Come here. You're not nervous, right? Speaks perfect English.
No, I'm not a racist. I am the least racist person that I can tell.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're going to keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Gray Mars.
I'm Heaven.
Heaven, how's it going? So you know the big news that Trump, shared something racist. I played a montage of Trump being racist. Do you think Trump is a racist?
He says he's not a racist. But what he says is racist. So, I mean, common sense says actions speak louder than words.
Well, I want to get straight to the video because I know that's what people.
Yo, that was the most roundabout way to say he's a racist.
This is the video Trump shared. If you haven't. So they're basically trying to say the White House is saying that Trump just shared a video depicting the Lion King and that it had nothing to do with racism. But to me, like they had Whoopi Goldberg from The View, they had her on a hippo. Like they could have been a fat joke. It could have been fat. But I think go ahead.
I agree with that. I don't think, like, if it was just that one first beginning part, then I would say that was overtly racist. But, I mean, that was racist. But it also was, I think, AI slop. That's the AI shit that, you know what I mean? He just types in Lion King, have everyone bow down to me because I'm the fucking king. Like, come on. Like, he's not that eloquent with words as we all hear him very often. So I don't.
Right, and
The
like
racism's gonna come out naturally. That's just, but he wants to be king. He wants everyone to bow down to him. He wants to say, "Look at this," and have his name in the spotlight. It doesn't matter whether it's good press or bad press. He just wants his name out there. Better than Epstein being all over the place, because that's what we've all been stuck on. So
And you brought up a good point about the AI stuff because Trump got in trouble before because he shared an AI video of him like taking over Gaza and people were upset with that. But this is what a person that voted for Trump 3 times had to say about Trump sharing that video.
Oh my word. I am a registered Republican. My dad was the president of American Pipeliners Association, so I came by it rather naturally. Voted for the president, supported him, but I really want to apologize. I mean, I'm looking at this awful picture of the Obamas. What an embarrassment to our country. All this man does is tell lies. He is not worthy of the presidency. He takes bribes blatantly, and now he's being a racist blatantly. They were supposed to deport the dangerous criminals. They were not supposed to go after small children, storm schools, bring terror upon, the little kids and the women and children, not just the immigrants in the school. All the children are scared. This is not a decent man. This is not an honest man. He openly takes bribes. He's pathetic as a president, and I just want to apologize to everybody in the country for supporting this rotten man.
John, did you vote for him in all 3 elections?
I did. I was sucked into the stupidity of creating jobs, and there are no more jobs in New Mexico. Things are worse than they were before. You cannot find a primary care physician. Our governor just passed some laws to try to help. If you are a young physician, we want you in New Mexico. Come here. There's a great need for you.
All right.
So, I mean, I feel like MAGA follows Trump regardless of what Trump does, especially after the Epstein files, because the Republicans I talked to, most of them are still backing Trump, and they were the ones that were all about, we don't want our children touched. We're all about children. We're all about keeping stuff away from children. Then all this stuff about Trump comes out, and they basically say, oh, everybody else is guilty but Trump. So, like, is this going to make MAGA upset because that guy said he voted for him 3 times, and then now that the picture of the Obamas was just too far-fetched?
that's what took him over the edge. That's what. Wait. Hold on. And this is where I'm like, get it together, okay? Again, mind you, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm not on the right or left. I served our country, and I love our country and everybody in it. And all the people who come here to our country and try to make it great, even if it's not their country. Do you know what I mean? They work our land. They work for dirt money. They feed us, so on and so forth. But we've been watching a Holocaust in Gaza, which is still going on, by the way, for not just under Trump. So like this and this whole Epstein stuff is not just Trump. It's every administration that has covered it up since they knew. It's everyone that participated. But again, I believe Sasha Riley. I believe that Trump is the big boss of one of them. I believe the victims, and I feel like the what is it, that like save the babies thing, that whole like anti-abortion thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they eat babies.
That's what the paperwork says.
Yo, like they eat fucking babies, guys. Hello. Of course they don't want us. Of course, no, just give it up for adoption, where we can funnel it into our food. What the fuck?
So people are saying that
That's how I feel.
lives rent free in Trump's head. So this is what Obama said about Trump prior to this all happened.
Admit it's worse than even I expected, but I did warn y'all. I did. You can run the tape. In Donald Trump's mind, the military does not exist to serve the Constitution or the American people. Like everything else, he thinks the military exists to do his bidding. And he has said that if he's elected, he'll use the military to go after, quote, the enemy within, which he seems to define as anybody who criticizes him. Trump's other big idea is to slap a tariff on everything from food to TVs. Now, almost every economist who has looked at this idea says that won't lower prices, that makes prices higher. Donald Trump's former chief of staff said that Trump told him he wanted his generals to be like Hitler's generals. Now, in politics, a good rule of thumb is don't say you want to do anything like Hitler. But it gives you a window into how Donald Trump thinks. Donald Trump wants us to think that this country is hopelessly divided between us and them, between the quote-unquote real Americans who support him and the outsiders who don't. Donald Trump sees power as nothing more than a means to his ends. He wants the middle class to pay the price for another huge tax cut that would mostly help him. Now, if you challenge Trump on his concepts, he will fall back on one answer. This is blanket answer for everything. Blame immigrants. He wants you to believe that if you let him round up whoever he wants, ship them all out, put together these big detention camps, your problems will be solved. Bluster and bumbling and chaos. We have seen that movie before, and we all know that the sequel is usually worse.
I mean, I agree with everything that Obama had to say about Trump. I mean, they've been going back and forth for quite some time, but I think when politics get so nasty that you're attacking someone's wife, I mean, because Obama's wife they call her Big Mike, constantly trying to call her a man. I mean, Trump's wife has been attacked about her modeling and, what pictures she's taken before. And so, I mean, politics get nasty, but you would expect, family to be off limits. Thank you, Ninja, for the super chat. Ninja just bought our first super chat on the Lunch with a New Party. Trump, pregnant A13YO is on the list.
Trump impregnated a 13-year-old.
Okay.
It was on the list. And then he murdered the baby, unalived, killed, threw the baby in Lake Michigan. Yes. That was in there too. Again. But you know what? You might not like what I have to say about this, Gray. And some people might not. And I mean, some people might like it, some people might not. I don't give a shit. Did Obama have these files? Did he have them? Did his DOJ have them?
I'll have to look
up and down. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yes. They did. They did. Because when are all these files? When was this investigation? When have these investigations, these tips been coming in? This isn't new. This is not new. Arrest his ass too.
Contains approximately 156 assets related to Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, primarily consisting of visitor logs and routine correspondence. The accusations, they say, is that President Donald Trump claimed that Epstein files were fabricated by his predecessors, including Barack Obama and Joe Biden and Director James Comey.
No. I'm not saying that it's a hoax. What I'm saying is from Bush, who's in the files, the first one, okay? And I think the second one too, most likely. Wouldn't doubt it. This has been going on our whole lives. But when the investigation was going on, Obama was president during that time. So he had this information. His DOJ, his FBI had the. Look at the dates. You don't have to confirm or deny. Look at the dates. The math yourself, because these motherfuckers be lying. Clearly, they've been lying to all of us. I just watched the president say he rigged the election. He said it again, 5 times. And for me as a veteran, that pisses me the fuck off. Because You subvert the will of the American people. But now he's eating fucking babies. And we're debating about a meme.
So you want to talk about elections? Here you go. Trump reposted this as well.
Sorry.
Initiated by a court order, the Michigan investigation team obtained forensic access to a DS200 tabulator, the machine that counts the votes. A Telit 4G wireless chip manufactured in Taiwan was discovered embedded into the motherboard. The voting machine tapes clearly indicate modem engagement and transmission of election data. Some of the anomalies that we noticed in the 2020 general elections, that 5 key states all stopped counting at a certain time in these key battleground states. These were all where the software, Dominion machines, ES&S machines were used, the Smartmatic, the GEMS software. So when the vote stopped counting, and this has been noted in other countries as well, President Trump was significantly ahead. When reporting and counting resumed, there was a massive spike occurred that favored Joe Biden.
So first I'm going to read our super chat. Thank you, Start. Start says, not red versus blue. It's the 1% versus you and MAGA's full-on mask-off white supremacist dumb A's willing to sacrifice anything. So, Heaven, you're saying that Trump saying he stole the election, but Trump reposted that saying that he got the election stole from him. So what's your thoughts on that?
So if you look at how the United States government does coups in other countries, it's not a like a quick mission. It's you need to get the people on your side. So you'll have these things that are these psyops, so you say, like, so they call them planted. And if you look at the Epstein files and read through them, Steve Bannon, who, why the fuck is he not arrested right now, is talking to Epstein and going back and forth about creating psyops to turn us against each other, the American people, and meeting with people to do these things. And I think that him saying and getting people to believe that the election was stolen, he's the one who got that seed. It was rigged. It was rigged. It was rigged. Now everybody thinks all of them are rigged. Well, yeah, duh. Just like the football. Hello, did you read that Epstein file too? That email where he said the Saints were going to win before they even played? I don't know. Was he psychic or was it rigged? The bread the bread is poisoned and the circus is rigged. Wake the fuck up. So not red versus blue, not black versus white, not female versus male, not gay versus straight. It's us versus them. And until people come together and put all those other bullshit things aside, and it's not Christians versus Muslims either, because there are so many other religions besides those. And hey, Christians, wake up. Muslims believe in Jesus. They do.
So with Trump,
I get real passionate, Greg.
People are just saying that he's an a-hole. So I'm gonna play a throwback clip of Trump talking to one of the models in his pageant.
An incredible job. She really has turned out to be one of the great Miss Universes, I will say. And she had a little problem during the middle where she gained a little weight.
I don't think so.
Yeah, she's probably right.
I don't think so.
Okay. And so...
Well, let's talk about that debate, because, it's interesting. The viewers are going to make a decision today. Alicia, do you think that should matter? Because, after all, you were voted in as being the most beautiful woman in the world.
I am the most beautiful woman in the world.
I certainly don't doubt that.
With 20 pounds or no pounds, I am the most beautiful woman in the world.
Do you?
All right, so we got another super chat. Thank you, Ninja. The stock market took a hit after the files got out. That's especially true. I had Bitcoin. Bitcoin is crashing. A lot of the stuff is crashing on the stock market, but people aren't talking about that right now. But
because Epstein created Bitcoin.
He's the creator?
Yes. Epstein created Bitcoin. Epstein created what was the other thing? QAnon. Epstein created QAnon. Yes, yeah, yo, it's so deep. Which if you look at it, and that's what I'm talking about, that subversion of the minds, that QAnon stuff really solidified and like galvanized a group of young men, right? But all of that stuff turned out to be true. Did it not?
I never heard him.
If you read through the
I never heard about him creating Bitcoin, but if you just
go
showed
look
up,
through the emails. Just go look through the emails. They actually have a website that it's organized so that you can log on as if you are looking at his email account. Let me find that for you guys.
if you just showed up, I'm gonna play the thing that Trump reshared last night. I'm gonna play it one more time just so you can see if you haven't seen it.
Initiated by a court.
That's the wrong one. Sorry, guys. We'll play that one. That was. Here we go. But yeah, having this Satoshi Nakamoto is the person that created Bitcoin. That was what I was aware of as. But hold on, before you go.
Here's the thing. That's easy to find, but go look through the Epstein. I'm not talking about what we can find on the interwebs. I'm saying if you go look through the emails, and that's what people are talking about. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about how it was manipulated behind the scenes that is now being shown through his emails. And you can sit here and say, I'm crazy and I'm lost. Why is Bitcoin crashing then? Because other people are actually looking at the evidence of this stuff and seeing it with their own eyes and ditching the shit. It's not just because I'm lost and I'm stupid. No.
I'm gonna play this clip of this guy saying his opinion on the video.
That is in charge of our country posted a video last night to Truth Social. Part of that video depicts Michelle Obama and Barack Obama as monkeys. Doesn't get more outwardly racist than that. I know most of your jaws stayed firmly in place because he does this shit all the time. It's just over and over an avalanche of just overly racist shit. And we have to fucking just take it, apparently, because no one will stand up to a fucking pedophile. But it's Friday, it's Black History Month, so instead of just being angry all day, instead I'm going to figure out a black-owned restaurant that I will patronize later today. I encourage you to do the same. Fuck this racist piece of shit.
Yeah, I think Trump is trying to distract from the Epstein files. I think the reason that Trump dropped this, especially during Black History Month, is because he knew that it was going to tick people off. And then everybody was talking about the Epstein files. We talked about the Epstein files on lunch. We talked about it at night. And so, like, it's been in the media. So he needed something to happen so that people would stop talking about it.
That's what he's been doing this whole year and a half. He's been back and forth. It's a hoax. Someone made it up. It's not real. Okay, how is it a hoax? It's not real. And then what was it? It's going to be released. We're doing it. I'm going to release it, this and that. It's been back and forth, but if we recall, he rode that whole QAnon theory of the Pizzagate and he was going to drain the swamp. He is the swamp. The Epstein files is the swamp. And that's why his base was like, okay, we need those files. And they weren't giving it up. And that's why he's been doing the things he's been doing his entire term. That's why he's raiding all these areas with ICE. And that's why he's taking it out on the people.
Thank you again, Ninjas. Have you want to read this super chat?
I don't get why MAGA PDFs
want PDFs but F with Trump.
what PDFs did. That's what
You
he
know what
said. I was
PDFs?
I was like, wait a minute. Yes, pedophiles. Can we
Yeah,
not say that?
I've asked the same question. Like,
Like, what can we not say?
MAGA claims to be so like protecting children. We don't want anyone getting like so against crime. We're pro law enforcement, but they just basically, when Trump got accused of something, they're like, "No, we not gonna jump on that." But I'm gonna play this clip because
Watch,
now,
wait. Watch, Gray. Watch,
yeah,
Gray. You'll see the ones who look at it and are like, whoa, that's too far. Those are the ones that actually mean it. And the ones who still make excuses for them, that's because whether they have touched children or done things with children or hurt women, they have thought about it. They have thought about it. So they excuse him because they can excuse themselves. It's a fucking man problem. Sorry, not all men.
well, what some of the Republicans are trying to say is the age. So I'm gonna let you hear this clip from Ben Shapiro.
FBI is not releasing them is because those tapes do not include underage people with third parties on Epstein Island. That is not what the tapes are. Okay, I also have sources in the federal government who are covering this stuff and have seen the documents. Okay, those tapes are just child porn. That's all. That's what they are. That's why the FBI is not releasing them. Okay, as far as the Epstein list, what I have been told by my sources is that there is no Epstein list, that basically there's a black book of Jeffrey Epstein contacts. And the vast majority of those contacts are already out there publicly. That's why you know names like Prince Andrew or Alan Dershowitz or some of the names that have been mentioned here.
So what I was going to say, what he said in that clip is he tries to say that some people are underage. Some, and I want to get your opinion on this, Evan. Some Republicans are saying that they don't feel like these girls were really victims because they were paid and they were 16 or something like that. Do you feel like that has any validity? Do you feel like now MAGA or Republicans are now trying to play with the age and say, oh, they weren't technically minors? What's your opinion on
that? I want them to look at their family. Look at their nieces. Look at their children. Look at the women and females in their family. And think about a 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old girl. Think about how they are mentally. Think about if like you would trust them. Hell, you can't even sign a contract till you're 18, but your frontal lobe isn't fully developed till you're 26. So, are they old enough to actually know what they're doing, or are they trusting the adults around them? But the adults around them were predators. So, in a 15, 13, 14, 16-year-old child, where we're mincing words here, okay? Teenager. They're children. That's a child. If you look at my daughter is about to be 14. My daughter is about to be 14 years old. She still plays with fucking Barbies. Do you know, like, and these are the type of like these kids, and the ones that didn't have like parental supervision, they were taken advantage of. Just they got paid. Okay, rape a child, but the child got paid, so it's like a prostitute. What the fuck? Where is that protecting any child? That's a child, and I say, look at your family members. Look at your nieces, look at your nephews, because it wasn't only girls that they did it to. They did it to boys as well. And boys were harder to get. Just ask Sasha Riley. That's why Sasha Riley is still alive.
One of the big questions
is sickening.
And you said this
Sorry,
too.
I've been screaming about these files forever, I feel like.
You were, and then it came out. It's crazy. But was Jeffrey Epstein a spy?
Think Jeffrey Epstein was a spy.
I believe very strongly he was a spy, yes.
And who do you think he was working for?
The Israelis. I'm confident it was the Israelis.
Why?
Jeffrey Epstein is kind of the stereotypical example that they give you in training for what's called an access agent. This is a different kind of recruit. So, for example, if you're a foreign intelligence service and you want information, like close-in information from a former president, from the CEO of the biggest company in the world, from a member of the British royal family, you're not going to recruit these guys. You're not going to recruit Bill Clinton or Bill Gates or Prince Andrew. So you do the next best thing. You recruit somebody who has regular access to them. And that person that you recruit is going to need to make these people feel comfortable and appreciated. And so you give him plenty of money. So he has this house on an island, or he has the whole island. And maybe you bring in young girls, you get them in compromising positions, just in case you need to use what's called compromat, compromising pictures. We know now that Jeffrey Epstein's house on the island had video cameras, hidden video cameras in literally every room, including the bathrooms. Why? Why would he care what was going on unless it was to use that information against people? As I said, only the Israelis and the Russians use extortion as a motivator.
So would they have made Jeffrey Epstein rich?
Yeah.
In order to give him that access?
Yes.
How could they have done that?
Oh, that's easy. I mean, you do. I mean, governments are the only ones really that can launder money unfettered. And you can also do it through real estate, through fine art, and through horses. Those are the three easiest ways to launder money today. Fine art, real estate, and racehorses.
But presumably he would have spoken out at some point, no? He would have said something, or?
No. But it would explain why he got a sweetheart deal in 2006. I mean, this is a guy that's been convicted of child sex crimes. And he gets 6 months of house arrest with an ankle bracelet? And we have mandatory minimums in this country. That's a 5-year mandatory minimum, first offense.
He definitely had some interesting power, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
That's the craziest thing that I thought, when he actually got caught and he was able to get house arrest. And this Israel like rabbit hole just goes like so far down and like doesn't stop. Like, do you think Epstein was a spy for Mossad?
Again, I've been watching a Holocaust and a genocide in Gaza for the last 2.5 years. I've lost friends there. So yeah, this rabbit hole goes real deep, and I'll tell you how deep it goes. Because I don't work. You guys don't know this, but I'm 100% disabled, retired veteran. Thank you all for paying me. I appreciate it. So and I don't watch TV because I just feel like that's a waste of my time. So I just do research and I read books and all kinds of stuff. And in my research, Jeffrey Epstein, yes, is a Mossad agent, but he was also, and the whole entire setup was not just an Israeli project. The Israeli project works through Russia. How do I know this? Robert Maxwell. Robert Maxwell is the one, Ghislaine Maxwell's father, who recruited Epstein. And they started, along with other people, the Mossad. And it wasn't after the Mossad was started that the Russian KGB was started. And who started that? Robert Maxwell. Robert Maxwell was actually born in Russia. So and there's this clip of a Russian defector in the 80s talking about the subversion and how they're going to destroy America from within. And I believe that Trump is a Russian asset. Him being compromised was just convenient. And they're literally destroying everything that America has stood for. And everybody can say whatever they want to, but I served this country for 15 years. I deployed in belief of what I thought was fighting for freedom for others, and it wasn't.
So what some people think is that Trump is compromised by Israel and that they want Trump to attack Iran. And they said if you look, every time that the Epstein files comes out, Trump attacks Iran. So they're trying to say that that's why Trump is doing that. So if you haven't seen or know what Trump charges are, here are the things that Trump's being accused of.
So why are Republicans so interested in Bill and Hillary Clinton? It's because they're trying to distract from the fact that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files thousands and thousands of times. In those files, there's highly disturbing allegations of Donald Trump raping children, of Donald Trump threatening to kill children. So I encourage the press to go look at these allegations. And I'm highly disturbed that Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche just got the law wrong. Yesterday, he said, essentially, that it is not a crime to party with Jeffrey Epstein. Well, that's actually not correct. If Jeffrey Epstein was human trafficking minors for these sex parties, and you show up and patronize the establishment at that party, yes, you're guilty, because patronizing is part of the law, of the federal sex trafficking law. So Deputy General Todd Blanche just got that wrong, which maybe explains why they aren't investigating all these folks, including Donald Trump. He needs to read the law and investigate these people. He also needs to resign, not only for not knowing the law, but a massive, not only screw up, but the biggest privacy violation in history. They release a lot of pictures of minors unredacted, just violated the privacy of these girls. It is uncalled for what they did. The one thing that they could not do under this law was to invade the privacy of these women now who were girls at the time who were victims of sex trafficking. Also, he met with Ghislaine Maxwell, moved her to a minimum security prison, and then got a puppy for her. So for all those reasons, he's just got to leave the Department of Justice.
And for everyone that's MAGA in the chat, I'm not saying Trump is guilty. I'm saying that this is what they are accusing Trump of. This is what the paperwork is saying. We're telling you exactly what they're saying. And we were talking about the racist Obama meme or AI video that he put out. I feel like Trump had all that information. I said that already. So it's just like, it's extremely crazy with what's going on. But Heaven, did you have anything to add to that clip? Because people want us to talk about the Clintons, and they are going to be.
Yeah, I keep trying to add. I'm trying to comment in the chat, and it's not letting me. Do you see my comments in the chat?
No.
But that's interesting because I have if you look, I text you the Jeffrey Epstein website.
Okay.
That people can, if you want to put it up there, so people can go look at the emails as if they're logging into Jeffrey Epstein's email. And then I have the article from, where is this? Some espionage, whatever. Espionage History Archive on Robert Maxwell and his connection to the KGB. And this was from December 2019. But I keep putting it in the chat and it's not putting any of the things there. No.
Does it let you put anything?
It's not letting me.
Or just that?
I don't know. Let me see.
Well, while you do that, people are asking us to talk about the Clintons. So this is what Trump had to say about Clinton and him basically having to testify about Epstein.
heard that the Clintons set deposition dates to testify before the House Oversight Committee. Any reaction to that related to the Epstein?
I think it's a shame, to be honest. I always liked him. Her, yeah. She's a very capable woman. She was better in debating than some of the other people, I will tell you that. She was smart woman. I hate to see it in many ways. I hate to see it. But, then I look at me. They went after me like, they wanted me to go to jail for the rest of my life. Then it turned out I was innocent, very innocent.
So basically, Clinton and Bill and Hillary Clinton are going to have to testify about the Epstein list. But to me, Trump probably doesn't want them to have to testify, because if they have to testify, then they're going to want him to testify next. They're going to want Bill Gates to testify. They want Elon Musk to testify. I mean, Elon Musk himself said to Epstein, I want to come to the craziest night that y'all are going to have out there. So, I mean, it's insanity what's going on right now. So how do you feel about the Clintons?
I don't know why we, the American people, haven't grabbed our pitchforks and torches and headed to every single they're in there. What do you mean? Again, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. Because when I was serving, it didn't matter who I voted for. I had to do what they wanted. And I served under Trump. And I served under Obama. And I deployed to Iraq. So I'm for our Constitution. I'm for our rights. And I'm seeing them being stripped away. Oh, it gets me emotional. Whew. I'm seeing them get stripped away by rhetoric, by a man who rapes children, who is possibly an asset of the KGB. I think the Clintons I don't give a fuck if they're testifying. Every single one of them should be locked up. It's a job. Like, think Watergate, but bigger. Like, every single person who has had any connection to this, that's who we need to be locking up. Not like, we don't need to worry about immigrants right now. We can handle that problem later. Like, we need to get these pedophiles and these traffickers and these child rapists and these people who have been manipulating the minds of Americans. Not just Trump. It's not just Trump. Like, people, shut the fuck up. It's not TDS. It's not just Trump, and people need to stop just looking at just Trump. Yes, he is in that seat now, but the other people are walking around like regular, just living their life. They shouldn't be.
Some people are upset that are in the list, so I'm going to play this clip because some people were mad that their names were shown in the list and it was the victims.
Epstein sex abuse survivors is asking a judge to take down documents the government released Friday because some reveal the names of women who wish to remain anonymous. The Justice Department says it's now working around the clock, in their words, to remove those names. Justice correspondent Scott McFarland has more on what the Epstein files revealed.
If the Trump administration hoped the release of 3 million pages of the Epstein files would put an end to the story, it's only launched a new chapter. Survivors like Danny Bensky are blasting the Department of Justice for withholding potentially millions of other pages, while also mistakenly releasing images and identities of survivors.
What did you make of what you saw released so far?
I mean, it's so egregious. The redactions are... I am speechless at how terrible the redactions actually are.
Attorneys for survivors today said the Department of Justice failed to redact the identities of at least 31 people who were victimized as children, and that some report being harassed or flooded by disgusting private messages since.
There's no real rhyme or reason to what the redactions are.
The files also include new images of former Prince Andrew hovering over a female, and emails with Epstein from Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, Elon Musk, and Steve Tisch, co-owner of the New York Giants, years after Epstein pleaded guilty to a sex offense in Florida. All four denied any wrongdoing or knowledge of it.
Clearly, there's a lot of powerful people involved with this in one way or another. That may be the reason the Trump administration is dragging its feet on this, but that should not matter.
The president says the files show no wrongdoing by him.
Not only does it absolve me, it's the opposite of what people were hoping.
The newly released Epstein files also include hundreds of references to physician and author Peter Attia, who was recently hired as a CBS News contributor, including a crude sexual message by Attia. Attia issued a statement in which he apologized and said he was not involved in any criminal activity. Paramount Skydance, the owner of CBS News, said it has no comment.
Scott, thank
So the problem also with there are victims in this, and some victims don't want their names out there. Are we hurting the victims more by pushing this? Because the victims have a right in this as well. I mean, of course, all of us want to know everything that's going on, but I think a part of when victims have to go to court, when victims have to testify, they relive the experience when they go through the court system.
TDS now stands for Trump dick sucker, just so you know that in the comments. If you got TDS, you a Trump dick sucker. Okay. At this point, because he's a pedophile. Sorry, I got distracted by my own bullshit.
I mean, people are going off, but yeah, the Epstein hold the box.
We need to protect the victims, and that was the law. The law was, and it should have been released months ago, with the redactions of victims only. Victims only. And they were supposed to justify every redaction that they have done by law. So by law, every single one of those motherfuckers needs to be held in contempt of court. And then they all need to be tried for conspiracy because they are conspiring together, every single one of them, from Cash Crooked Eyes Patel to fucking dumbass fucking Pam Bondi, who, hello, is in the files. Where, you might ask? She was in one of Trump's pageants. Just like who else? Erica Kirk was in one of Trump's pageants. Who else has ties to Israel? Erica Kirk. Why can't people put two and two together? Israel killed Charlie Kirk. Sorry. I keep trying. I was just taking pictures and screenshots because I keep trying to give y'all the website that you can look at, but it doesn't matter how I type it. It won't let me put it in there. But it is, you guys might want to write this down if you want to look at Jeffrey Epstein's emails as if you're looking at his email. Like as if you're logged on. It's www.jmail.world/. That's what it is. And this way you can see. Stop calling people to stop saying Trump derangement syndrome, because it's not just Trump. It's a lot more than Trump. It's Bannon a lot more. But Trump is also in there, and he's a fucking pedophile. They eat and rape children and torture children. So it doesn't matter. TDS is Trump dick sucking syndrome now because Trump rapes little boys.
So
do you have a little boy in your life? Do you have a child in your life? Open your eyes. Wake up.
When Bannon said they go lose. Did you see what Bannon said? They're going to go to jail if they lose the midterms. Did you see that video?
Yes, I did. I've seen Bannon say he was going to go to jail. I've seen Epstein say he was going to go to jail. I've seen Donald Trump admit to rigging. They rigged the election. And I've seen it with my own eyes. I've screen recorded it on my own phone. I sent it to you the other morning. Because I'm like, yo, what do we do? Oh my God. And this is insane to me that we're all just sitting here debating. And let's look at this funny meme. We were all our country when 9/11 happened, right? We all had to band together and protect our nation. What are we doing now? We're letting that pedophile run our country with people supporting it and covering it up. We're just like, it's cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull up this because you keep bringing up Bannon, and he did say this, but this was crazy.
Will tell you right now, as God is my witness, if we lose the midterms and we lose 2028, Some in this room are going to prison, myself included. They're not going to stop. They are getting more and more and more radical. And we have to counter that. And what do we have to counter it with? We have to counter it with more action, more intense action, more urgency. We're burning daylight. If you look across every aspect of this, we have to codify what President Trump has done by executive order, right? We have to codify it. And people say, well, they're just going to be messing bills and pay Senate. We got to put aside these structural barriers and get on with it. President Trump today gave to the Senate when they came over for breakfast, even Lindsey Graham, some of the guys that like, and some of these institutions, I understand this is a very tough decision to make. And you're going to see some people in the conservative movement that not in a million years, because I talked to him today, quite frankly, I had Hawley on the show this morning. Josh Hawley, and he's talking about it. And I'm trying to play the institution. Well, they called me up this afternoon and said, let's go through the 10 reasons we need to do it. And these are heavy hitters on what I would call the constitutional, limited government constitutionalist in our movement. And they're about to come out over the next couple of days and make this argument because it said, look, we have to understand that if we don't take this to the maximum, a maximalist strategy now with a sense of urgency, and in doing this, seize the institutions. If we don't do that now, we're going to lose this chance forever because you're never going to have another Trump.
I mean, they're talking about nationalizing elections. I mean, they think Trump is going to meddle in the midterms because it looked like it's going to be a blue wave. If we go to the rest of 2026, it looks like, the Democrats will be in control. And if they're in control, is Trump going to get impeached? Are people going to go to jail? Like, what do you think the Democrats are going to do if they get power?
You think the Democrats are going to come save us? That's funny.
Only time will tell.
No one's coming to save us. They're in it too. They're in it too. Bannon is one of the main people in it. Bannon is one of the main people manipulating things behind the scenes with Epstein, if you read through the emails. And that's only the ones that they've released and haven't redacted. So I am just like, it's mind-blowing to me. It's a mind fuck. Looking at Americans fighting each other and defending Trump or any of the politicians or celebrities that are in there. Why are you defending them? You'll sell your soul. You're going against your religion, whatever it is, whatever your religion is, unless you are like old world Talmudic Jews, because they say that you can rape a child at 3. But I digress. Let me not. Yeah. That religious stuff we don't have to talk about right now. We're talking about this stuff.
I think what MAGA
it's terrible, and we need to do. It doesn't like MAGA. Let go of the MAGA. Just let go of the MAGA, and understand that it's not about this guy. And the left, you fucking lunatics. It's not about this one guy. It's not.
He's in control. He's the president.
It's about a whole system. He's not really he's being controlled.
Well, see, here's when everyone
Trump's
says
easily manipulated.
But what everyone says,
you give him money and he's fine. You give him gifts. They gifted him the fucking Nobel Peace Prize.
The lady did, not the Nobel
because she
Peace
wanted
Prize.
yes, because she right. Correct. Because she wanted to be president. And she was the opposition leader in Venezuela. He took out Maduro, but left the entire cabinet. And she wanted to be president. And she was the one who allegedly had the numbers. But he said she didn't have enough support. He wanted the Nobel Peace Prize, but she got it. So she fucking put it in a nice frame and handed it over. What the fuck are we? We're giving people, we're gifting. That's
Let me
insane.
say this. Well, a lot of people do like it's not the right versus left. It's this, and that. But you have to pretty much pick a side. If you pick a third party, your vote pretty much doesn't count. So no matter what side you pick, you're going to have to try to fix whatever side that it is because that's how the country operates.
What we need to do is really have some sort of actual leadership in this nation that is competent, that is mature, that is emotionally intelligent, that is strategically intelligent, that is charismatic as well, that can talk to people, but also that can look at people as just people. Look at a person, no matter what their status, what their race, religion, orientation, how they identify, how much money they make. They need to be looked at as the same as a CEO, because if you're going to be the president, you're supposed to be representing all of Americans. And you need to be able to unite the nation. And seeing how infiltrated and how just corrupted our system is and outdated. Our system itself is outdated. We have apps that we can text a code to this whatever and watch live as we vote for our favorite singers.
Makes
So
sense.
that can all be traced by IP address. Can it not? Which can be verified. If they can use it to arrest you, right? They can use it to verify your vote.
Well, you brought up a few good points, but the main point you brought up, I want to talk about because I feel like one of the big reasons that Trump won was immigration. We try to end it on a funny clip. So this is Tekashi 6ix9ine on what it means to be an American fan.
You was here since you was 7. You're not from here. 7 of those years, you was in homeland. You was in your homeland. You're not better than no anybody that was born in their country. You're not better than that.
Better than nobody.
Make you American. So when I came out with Jake Paul and it said, "I'm a real American, fight for the rights of every man," right? That's me, nigga. I'm American. You see this red and blue? With the red and blue. A little red right here and the blue, that's me. I'm an American. I'm American. Me. 6ix9ine, I'm American, nigga. You want to be me, nigga? Fuck you talking.
If you're watching right now, hit that subscribe button and press that notification bell to know when we go live. All right, Heaven, what's your final thoughts?
That shit was hilarious. That wasn't blue, it was teal. He had to struggle to find that red way. But America, it's not about our party affiliation. We're supposed to all be Americans. And when we realize that, it'll be a great day in this nation. Honestly, I really feel like, just like when, and I hate to say it, when we got attacked on 9/11, we all came together. It didn't matter if people were immigrants or not. We all came together to clean up the mess. We all came together to fight for what we believed in. It shouldn't take us getting attacked for us to do that. We should do that anyways. Build community around you. Hug each other a little tighter. Love your neighbor.
For sure. Thank you, Heaven. Me and Heaven do the lunchtime at 12 o'clock Eastern. It's kind of sporadic, but we'll try to do it every Tuesday and Thursday. We also go live every Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be back next week with more information. We're going to be following all of this with Trump's memes and the Epstein files. We're going to try to bring you guys the best information and bring you guys entertainment. Thank you for rocking with us. Have a great weekend. Good night.
Before we wrap, I want to take a quick moment to talk about how you can support the new party. We are an independent media platform. No corporate backers, no political handlers, just a collection of voices representing all American viewpoints, especially the stories they don't want you talking about.
government, and it doesn't matter which party you're talking about.
We are watching an active genocide. I don't know how else to put it. There are thousands of people getting killed every day.
This is the first time in history that an American cardinal has ever been elevated to pope. It is legitimately make America great again.
Yeah.
Like, they're fighting for illegal immigrants, not immigrants. Illegal. Like, and they burning the flag and shit.
Like I always say, it was a great episode. I'm happy with the wins that Donald Trump's.
Like you heard Nora Skeptic say, we're going to keep bringing like different types of content and things that we know people want to see. And like we always say on the New Party, always vote.
If you believe Americans can still have civil discourse, even in these polarizing times, we need your help to stay independent and keep growing. You can support us by donating to our GoFundMe page, becoming a channel member, sending a super chat, or grabbing merch from the New Party store. Every donation goes directly toward growing the channel promotion and our upcoming documentary. And as a thank you, donors will receive an exclusive copy of the documentary 1 week before it premieres. Who is the New Party? We're you, your voice, your stories, your America. We can only do this together. So if you're able, please donate and help us get the message out.